Meeting for March 16th, 2023. It is 6:10 p.m. Tonight, Mr. Ihawker has off, and Mr. Louise is going to be filling in via Zoom. And are you doing Facebook too?
Yeah.
Oh, good. And he's going to be streaming Facebook, also streaming via WCAT 12 on the local access network. Can I please have everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. Okay, just a reminder, if anybody's addressing the board, please say your name and what your position is with the town, if it's an employee, what your position is, or if you're a resident. That's for the social media. Okay. First thing on the agenda is discussion and possible vote to elevate Christos Segas from part-time to full-time police officer. Okay. Chief, what do you have for us tonight?
Good evening, Chief Millett, Warren PD. Today I'm bringing in front of you Christos Segas.
Segas?
You almost had me saying Segas. Segas. He's been with us since 2021, part-time. 2 weeks ago, we conducted interviews for the open full-time position with the help of the town administrator. We came up with we'd like to elevate Christos from part-time to full-time. Christos started his law enforcement career in 2011 with the Department of Corrections. He went from there to work as a special at Boston Housing as well as DMH. He actually went to Georgia, started the police academy down there, but due to illness had to leave and come back up north. So then he joined us, like I said, in 2021. He's been a great worker for us, always stepped up as a part-timer for open shifts, and we'd like to bring him on as a full-time.
Very good. Very good. Do you have anything to say, Officer?
I just want to say thank you for giving me this opportunity to serve the town in a full-time capacity.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your dedication and helping out as a police officer in the part-time. Means a lot, especially with limited resources we have. Part-time guys filling. Huh?
We're down to one part-timer now. We've been elevated because there's no more part-time academy in the state anymore.
Right.
It's full-time. So that day's coming, we're gonna have none left.
Who's our only part-time guy now?
Cody. Running Cody.
Okay. All right. Did you have any questions, Anthony?
Just thank you very much for doing what you're doing. We appreciate your job, and we admire the police here. We respect them, and we support them. And anything you need, please come to us, come to your chief. The door is open.
Thank you.
And if you see a yellow car waving at you, that's probably me.
Bronco.
Bronco, yeah.
Again, thank you very much for stepping up and taking on the responsibility of a full-time police officer in our town and wanting to do that. We really appreciate it. Again, police officers, guys are getting a rough rap these days, across the board with everybody, and it's hard finding dedicated people that do a really good job to take on that role these days. And we really appreciate it. We need you in this town. And thank you. And again, just like Mr. Louise said, if you need anything, our doors are always open for you.
Thank you.
We know Chiefs, our doors are always open too. If not, just turn the knob and push it open.
So Mr. Friday, after his vacation, he's gonna come and meet with you.
Okay, very good.
Do you have anything?
No, I'd just like to say that obviously working with the chief and the lieutenant, there was a pool of applicants. It's a very competitive process. It was very good that Officer Segas emerged as the preferred candidate and the most qualified candidate. It's a testament to his background and his dedication to the town that he has volunteered and stepped up when needed in the community, whether it be community events or for filling of critical positions, shifts within the department. He comes highly recommended by the chief, and I think this would be a good fit for the town.
Very good, thank you, sir. Do you have anything else?
No. Thank you, and good luck.
You wanna make a motion?
I make a motion to, oh no, the name,
Segas.
Spanish pronunciation. Make a motion to elevate Christo Sigas from part-time to full-time officer.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Derek Bellis, aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes unanimously. Congratulations, sir,
Thank
and
you.
welcome as a full-time police
Thank
officer.
you, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
At the
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you want me to shake your
Yes,
hand
yeah,
too?
very
Congratulate you too?
We work at the
Congratulations, sir.
counties,
Okay.
Bristol County, Bristol County,
Nice.
just medical.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, next thing, review of proposed draft for request for proposals,
See
RFP,
you later.
for the Wrights Mill Recovery Master Plan Project. Mr. Ferrara, please.
Yep, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, as you recall, from last week's meeting, there was a draft that was submitted for you guys to review. I did get some minor revisions suggested by Selectmen Ihawker, which were implemented. And it's up for consideration this evening. Obviously, this is goes in with our EDA grant, the Economic Development Agency's administration grant that we received. This will allow for us to have a competitive process with the selection of the professionals, licensed professionals that would develop and create our master plan, recovery master plan for the section of the Wrights Mills area of town in West Warren. That's a combination of South Street, Pulaski Street, Cottage Street, Main Street, and the surrounding areas in West Warren and Warren, and bringing those both villages together for economic development, and how we would need to address critical infrastructure around the needs of the Wrights Mills complex, so that a developer could potentially come in and develop that area. This will be a needs assessment, and that's where we're hoping to get some qualified licensed professionals to conduct this in concert with trying to spin off some economic development in that area. This has, if it is approved this evening, will be going out next week, and then the proposals will be due back by Wednesday, April 19th by 1 p.m. This, if approved, would be posted on the town's website, would be advertised in the local newspaper, and also on the state combis and central register.
And legal has already reviewed this and gave their approval, made
Yes.
recommendations.
Is approved. So what will happen is that from this, we anticipate getting a good round of selections of companies submitting proposals. At that time, it will be the scope will be evaluated of the proposals, and then we're hoping to have somebody emerge as the successful recipient of the award, and then a contract will ultimately be brought before the board for its consideration.
Okay. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have anything else, sir?
No.
Looks good to me. Legal's already reviewed it, we've looked it over, it's standard RFP process. Once we get this done, then we can get moving on this, get some bids in. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, I'm just happy to see this happening.
Moving forward. Do you wanna make a a motion to approve it?
I didn't write it out.
What's wrong?
To approve the request for proposal?
Well, just to approve the, to make a motion to allow the proposal that's, the RFP that's in front of you, to be, sent out.
Make a motion to approve the proposal RFP that we have in front of us for the Wrights Mill Recovery Master Plan Project.
Okay, I second that. All in favor?
Derek Bellis, aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes unanimously.
Thank
You
you.
are free to move forward, sir.
So I would anticipate, shortly thereafter, after the 19th, that after the proposals are evaluated, the contract will come eventually before the board. Excellent.
Thank you, sir. Okay, next thing is the letter from the treasurer to accept a new rate for health insurance. Did you have anything on this, Mr. Farrar, or?
So this is a basic, a standard request that the treasurer has submitted to the board for consideration. It's just that obviously, the town's been working with Maya regarding the town's health insurance coverage and premiums. The renewal term for the town is September 1st through August 31st. And it will reflect a simple 1% increase over the current rates for Blue Cross Blue Shield products, which is it's very low.
Yeah,
And-
the typical increase is 5.6,
Mhm.
and we got a 1%, so we're doing really good on that,
Mhm.
because their range is from 1 to 10.5. But we also seen a decrease,
Decrease in dental products, yeah,
which is great.
in the
So,
dental, yeah.
not in services, just the price.
Right.
Good. All right. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, good thing to see everything, moving normally.
Okay. Do a motion to accept them?
Make a motion to accept the letter from treasurer for the new rate for health insurance.
So you can read the exact motion on the second page. It says, instead of, it says right here, it says voted, but you just say to make a motion to approve the such and such right there, right in the middle.
I make a motion to approve the renewal proposal from MIA Health Benefit Trust for the Blue Care Elect Preferred and Network Blue NE products for town retirees and active town employees respectively. Renewal is at 1.00% increase in premium for the term from September 1st, 2023 through August 31st, 2024.
Okay. And I'll second that. All in favor?
Derek Bellis, aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes unanimously. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for working with Maya, too.
Sure.
Discussion on possible changes to the personnel bylaws. Okay. And for that, we have management rights, and they have the maintenance, the administrative secretary of the Board of Selectmen. We're striking that out and giving that authority to the town administrator under the personnel bylaws. Vacation time is occurred based on an employee's start date, not the hire date. We're adding that, and then we're adding, well, they're changing less than 1 year of employment, 1/2 day per month, not to exceed the employee's standard work week. And that is for occurring annual vacation time.
So that's because, some employees are on a 4-day work week, others are on a 5-day work week.
Right. And then we're adding, well,
just
Why are we
changing.
striking, oh, just because we're putting the dash mark for
No,
full-time?
we added number one, so number one now becomes number two now becomes number
So
three,
it's just a
number three, number-
reorganization.
Just
Just the
reorganization.
And then some
numerical.
spelling errors,
Mhm.
grammatic stuff, alright. And then we're modifying the bereavement leave to, add mother and father-in-law, and then son and daughter-in-law. And that goes in guidance with the state law, correct?
Mhm.
That brings us current to what they have. So we're adding those just to come in line with what the state is recommending. And then we're adding,
Doesn't make reference to the above section. So it kind of leaves somebody hanging if you're
Yeah.
reading this. So it should say as described as described above in this section.
what part are you talking about? Oh,
Page
Section
11.
12.
well, I was on 9.
Oh,
Where they
okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
made the changes in blue
Um,
at town.com.
I don't know, yeah, I don't think that was.
That's complaints
Yeah.
of pregnancy and pregnancy-related discrimination. So on 11,
I don't think that's a change, I think that's
No,
just
it
a
just-
hyperlink.
blue, yeah. And then 11, as described above in the section, and is striking out in accordance with section of this bylaw. That's section 6, right?
Right.
Section 6. Okay. Alright. So we're only on for discussion on that one, not a vote, so.
I don't know if Selectman Ihawker may have, I don't know if he has any additional changes that he's proposing here.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm good with everything so far. We're just bringing it in line with, what we're doing these days, updating it. Did you have any questions about any of it?
No, I really like that Rich has taken the time to go through all this and, you know, making this happen because, yeah, we need an update.
I think he's really missed his calling. He really should have been an English teacher, an English professor or something, 'cause he's on it. Who needs a thesaurus?
Yeah.
Get rich.
It's true.
Okay, so moving on to item 5, discussion and vote on the selectmen budget and articles for the annual meeting. Okay. So, the other changes have been made, from last week, the ones we recommended, correct?
Yes.
On the copier lease, Rich said that was a fixed number.
It is, for some reason, he said it was 14,000, and we had put in last year 15.
Okay,
So I don't know why, but he did the multiplication and said, make that 14, so I
Oh.
lowered it.
all right.
Yeah, because it's like 13 something, right?
Yeah,
13.8 something?
yeah, almost 13.9, so we
Yeah.
just made it 14.
Just in case of any increases.
And it's a
Okay.
3-year lease, so we still have, after this year, we have one more that will be the same.
Now, on the generator expense, the preventative maintenance contract that we signed is about 3,500. Do we pay for any other little things out of there?
We do, if they have an issue, for example, we had a replace some things in the boilers here.
Mhm.
So, and if the generator, they need a new battery, they need something that's not covered by their normal maintenance,
Mhm.
then we have to pay for it. So we did put an extra money in there for that. The boiler is the same thing, our contract's about 4,000, but we put another 4,000 in just to cover in case there is anything that happens.
No, the boiler maintenance is, we only got 4,000 on there.
Really?
Yeah, because we got boiler maintenance, 4,000 last year and 4,000 this year.
Is it 8,000 or 4,000?
Generator, okay,
The generator,
Yeah.
oh, wait a second. yeah.
Both are
No, the
8,000.
boiler maintenance, yes.
yeah,
Boiler maintenance is at 8,000.
That was a selectman secure, okay.
yeah.
The foreclosure, all right, yeah, that's 8,000, sorry. I was reading the line below.
So
My
that's,
mistake,
that's why.
yeah, okay.
So we have, so the contract's 35, it's like 34 and change, so say 3,500. So we're gonna double the generator maintenance expense, there's that much expense, maintenance that comes out of there?
Not usually, but just in case something drastically happens. I mean, if you wanna lower it, you can, just from experience.
How are your boilers?
For maintenance wise, they're fine, they just came in and did the service on them and everything. Don't talk too loud. Yeah, I mean, they're fine. Ours are pretty, not much newer.
Mine's new, but we had that issue that I haven't had after they fixed it.
Yeah, seems to be resolved now.
Isn't there a seal that we needed to replace on this one?
Yeah, 2 of them.
So we have the seals that we're gonna have to replace, or we replaced
We
them?
just replaced them.
Okay, so they're good.
Yeah, they're good, but there's other things that are looking, I don't think Jim's on, I think he's still in the gym. There's other things that I know that are wearing down that need to be fixed. And I'm sure, how old are your boilers?
Mine was a year old and it had those problems.
Oh, that's right.
This is a 2020.
Yeah.
Ours are probably about 4 years old now, somewhere in there.
And it's somewhere between 5 and 10 years, you have to replace certain seals.
Yeah, I know this one, we just did that, you guys should be good.
I mean, you could leave the boiler one because,
Yeah,
you know, those
definitely.
are always questionable, but the generator one, you know, you may wanna consider cutting back 1,000 or 2.
Yeah, I think that would be okay, because usually it's more like batteries and
Wear and tear.
plugs and the wear and tear stuff, which isn't a whole lot.
And the contract for the generator
It's
is
3,400
34?
and change, so say 35,
If we make it 7, it's half and half.
yeah.
Well, if we do 6, if we
It's-
drop it down 2 grand, because then you still got
You
$2,500.
still got 2,500 in play, yeah.
To replace batteries and spark
Yeah.
plugs and anything else.
And we have, what do we have, 1, 2, 7 generators?
About that.
Mm. Yeah, let's drop it 1,000.
1,000, okay.
I wouldn't go more than that, because again, with so many generators, and I know the police department one, you guys have issues with it all the time.
I think it's a 1990 or something like that. I forget the year.
And we're talking about doing some work in that
Yeah.
building, and one of the things is the generator. So
Okay,
it's better to have a little more
Okay.
flex in there.
I think 7's a fine number.
7 should be good, yeah.
Okay, I'll
So
make
we'll
that
take-
change.
1,000 off there. Okay. Copier lease, we're good with that. Boiler maintenance, we're good. The foreclosure, foreclosed property, we should keep that because we got more properties in the queue.
Mm-hmm.
Regional dispatch, that's fixed number. The Selectmen B, that's fixed numbers. Same with C. Selectmen D. The water expense, $1,000, we get, well, $100,000, we gotta keep that because we still have litigation going on. Nothing else has really moved. Historical Commission. Has the Historical Commission been using their money?
Yes.
Okay, good.
This $100 for the Economic Development Committee, they never used it last year, and it's still in the budget for this year. I don't know what is that for? Do you know, Karen?
I do not know what that's for. I don't even know who's on that committee.
I don't think there is. I mean, we can get rid
I
of
don't even
that.
think we have one.
We don't. So we might as well get rid of the 100 there.
Well, we do have the master plan, proposed master plan. And we have an economic development committee. We just don't have anybody, I don't think there's anybody even on the board, the committee.
There isn't. I mean, they didn't use the money last year. It sat there. So, I mean,
When you say they didn't,
I don't know
are
who.
they any?
Yeah, there's nobody there.
There's
to
nobody
use
there.
it,
Yeah.
But I don't,
But what would they use it for, even if they?
Is it
well, they
listed on the
probably
website?
just use it for paper
mailing
and
and-
stuff like
yeah,
that, and
yeah.
office expenses, mailings, if they were gonna do anything.
Are they on the website and people can contact them?
There's nobody to contact. I think it's probably something we can use in the town if somebody wanted to do it. Maybe we should start advertising saying, hey, we need somebody to do this. Maybe if we can get local partners
Mhm.
invested. I'd keep the $100 in there
Okay.
because, yeah, nobody's used it yet, but have we even encouraged a committee?
Probably no.
And it'd probably be something good to have.
Yeah.
See if we can get some local leaders, business owners and stuff,
See if we can get them together.
get them together and do something. Because we're trying to spur development, so. Let's just keep that one. It's only $100 for
Okay.
papers and stuff like that. If they need it, they need it. Historical, we can keep that.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvian, we gotta keep her money there. Street lighting, that's still the standard, because we're still replacing heads and things like that.
Well, no, that's the pay for the actual lighting, so.
Oh, the electric bill?
Karen, did you look at, to see if the bill was gonna be a little different now? Because of the solar credit we're on?
It's about 2,500 per month.
Okay.
Of course, in the summer it'll go down. I'm just seeing the winter bills.
So, I mean, I don't think we'd be, if it's 2,500 a month,
It's
In the
30,000.
winter,
yeah,
It's 30,000.
we
We're way behind.
we'll be behind.
Just in the winter?
just in the winter. In the summer it drops down to about half. So you're looking at 6 months at about 2,500, and then
Have we,
I would put a question mark there. Let's investigate it a little
because-
more.
with
Okay.
that, we don't,
I'll get a detailed report from Tammy,
Okay.
and when I get that, then I can see it.
see
Yeah.
how much we actually
And
use.
I
so
will
far.
actually pull the bills from
You gotta
Tammy.
remember, electricity's going up too.
Right.
And then they
Yeah.
just talked about another price hike for
Yeah.
electricity, so.
I would put just a question mark and we can
Okay,
revisit that.
I'll do more research on that one.
Okay.
Streetlight maintenance, I would say that's a comfortable number.
The 20,000,
Yep.
they're still fixing different heads and
Yes.
parts and stuff like that
Yep.
to get everything up.
They just repaired a couple.
The hydrant rentals,
The
those
hydrant
are fixed
rentals,
numbers.
yes,
Yes.
they were confirmed,
Alright.
both. I heard from West Warren Water, and that's confirmed number.
Okay, regional planning,
Yep, that's the right number.
um,
Liability, we
Liability
talked about
insurance.
last week.
Mm-hmm.
workers' comp, all that. All right,
Okay, I'll do those two.
okay. So on the budget, we get those two things changed?
Yep.
All right, so annual town meeting, our articles. So that's a standard one. See if the town will go to.
The first three are standard.
Yeah, standard. Standard. And then to see if the town will vote to add the position of facilities maintenance manager, grade of BM1 for wage compensation plan, raise and appropriate.
Oh,
And that's a step one.
that's just, no, that's minimum,
Okay.
but that should be fiscal year 2024. Sorry, I didn't change that one.
Well, you caught it. Did you have any questions about that, Article 3? Jerry?
So it should be 20.
No, sir.
I did look at from last week a job description.
Mm-hmm.
And
You sent that?
I sent that out, so I mean, if you guys want to review it this week, and we can talk about it next week.
Yep. Yeah, if we could just add that to the agenda, the
Okay.
position description for
Job
that.
description for the town
Facilities manager.
facility manager, okay.
Okay. And with that, I would add in there that that person can act as a backup for the custodian too.
Okay.
Instead of hiring a second custodian, we could have the facilities manager assist with custodial work as needed, and the custodian to do just the custodian work. So, that would kind of give us our two people.
Mm-hmm.
So if the custodian's out, the facilities manager can fill in.
The next one's the school one. The next article is the school
Yep.
article, but it says 23, and I didn't change that to 24 either.
And we gotta decide on the above minimum contribution, which we will have to have a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we can get FinCom to meet with us for next meeting?
FinCom is still meeting on the budget on the 21st, I believe. So I think that they could either come to probably more than likely either the 23rd or the 30th meeting. Yeah, one of the two. I can check with them to see what they are thinking. And I know that they're going to then, as they did in the past, have a Saturday session with you guys, and they were looking at the April 1st kind of date.
April 1st is filled up,
Oh, it's filled up, okay.
so we couldn't do April 1st.
Okay, all right.
Because you gotta remember, we got the Easter egg hunt at Lucy Stone,
Okay,
and then
because the following week.
we've always got we got the rabies clinic too. Well,
The following week is Easter, so I think that's
yeah,
why
we
they
can't do that.
were shying away from that.
Yeah, we're not doing Easter.
And then the 15th, I think, would be too late.
Yeah. And I can't do the 31st.
31st is Friday.
Yeah. That day I have to work that day. I have the range.
What about the 7th? Friday on the 7th, April 7th?
Well, I think they wanted a Saturday because you have a couple of them that actually work. Mr. Nason, he has his job, so he's looking for a Saturday, so everybody could just brainstorm.
Can we do the 25th?
Do you think you'd be able to get them here for the 25th?
That's a possibility, I can check with them, certainly.
Yeah, let's try for the 25th. And let's see, for the 23rd, we'll discuss the school budget more. And see if the school will come and present their budget to us.
Sure.
So I want them to present their budget in
On the
selectmen meeting.
23rd,
The Thursday?
the 23rd, right?
Yep. Will
Okay.
be available.
Can you, Karen, can you reach out to them, see if
Mhm.
they can come to the meeting on the
You good with that one?
I'd really have you guys decide the date and I try to make it happen.
So
So,
then-
do you also want to do one with West Brookfield sometime? Like we did last year?
No, I think they're pretty much set on what they're gonna do,
Okay.
so. You know, we've been having our budgetary meetings with the school in West Brookfield, at the school. We think at this point, we gotta look at what we're gonna do with the school, as far as the budget. If they wanna have their meeting, that's up to them. Okay. But, yeah, if we can get the school, invite them here,
Okay,
Belinda and Mr. Duff, and
yeah.
I'm sure Mr. Schwanker's gonna wanna be here too. So. All right, so we'll discuss that one more coming up.
And then, so, I'll ask to see if the FinCom can do the 25th.
Yeah. Because then we can discuss the budget on the 23rd with the school,
Mhm.
see what their final number is,
Mhm.
and we can sit with the, we can discuss with FinCom, and then we could have our final number and vote it on for the next selectmen meeting.
Mhm.
Will that be in time?
I believe it would, and then you may want to consider closing the warrant on April 6th.
Yep. So, we'll close the warrant on April 6th and make sure that goes out to everybody that it's it,
No.
done
Okay.
at that point, okay?
Mhm.
So. And then the next thing, article, see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate and transfer from available funds or borrow a sum of money to fund the Wreaths Across America for the year 2024 to take any action relative thereto.
Is it 24 or is it this year? Are we forming it for this Memorial Day and Veterans Day this
No,
year?
It would be for fiscal year 24.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure about that. I put 24 in there, but then I
No,
thought
it's
it's actually in the year of 2023, but it's fiscal year 24.
Right,
Okay,
yeah, because it's Christmas.
okay.
Okay, and then, we had a number from them, right?
Yes,
We
we do.
do.
have a number, yeah.
We do, but the last time when I did put all the numbers in and I sent it to legal, legal told me to take them all out and just put them in the motions. That's why I put
Right.
a sum of money.
This is, we can use this as a draft. I want to just, we're gonna, I think we'll do, if we can, the same that we did like for November. Just have everything, with the numbers in there. This is just placeholders for right now, just a draft type of thing that, and I'll work with Karen to see if we can, once we get all the final articles.
The next article is to see if the town will vote to, well, you got, that's spelling error. To see if the town will vote to the dissolution of the sewer commission.
I wasn't sure how to say that. Because either way,
I would say to vote on a dissolution of the sewer
Okay.
department.
Dissolution,
Dissolution, yeah,
dissolve, yeah.
dissolving.
Again, this is just a placeholder for right now. This is, there's gonna be significant language there that needs to be added.
Right.
basically these are the ones that we're working on.
And then the next one is to see if the town will vote to remove section 6 of the town bylaw, and that's on the residency.
Right. And that whole thing will be put in
Yep. And then the next one is on the changes that
Yep.
we talked about already for the personnel bylaw.
Mhm.
Yep.
Then you have the special town meeting.
And the
ones.
special town meeting is to see if the town will vote and raise appropriate transfer from available funds or borrow the sum of to fund the snow and ice deficit or take any relative action thereto.
And
So
last
we
time
don't
this
have
was
a-
highway, but you guys said it was you guys, so I was kinda confused at that. Last year, the highway presented that article, we didn't, as a select board.
Well, it is, we have to approve it
Right,
to deficit spend.
right. So I don't know exactly who's presenting that article, I don't know if it's the select board or highway.
Well, it's highways money, but we approved the deficit spending. So it really doesn't matter, I guess.
Highway is fine.
Okay, but we don't know that number yet.
No.
Okay,
And then I didn't know about the next one. I didn't know if you were going to do that. You mentioned it, but I didn't know exactly what for.
well, this is the same one we had last year.
Yeah, I
Just
just
the
put it
same
in there
thing.
because I didn't know if you were still going to ask for that.
Yeah, because we're still making progress, and we still have offices to improve and areas to
Okay.
improve and things that, we still have a massive amount of electrical issues we gotta deal with around here.
So then do we want to not necessarily do it for office furniture and that, just say Shepherd Building repairs?
We can work on the
Yeah,
language.
The
work on the
language of
language
that
for
one?
that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
I,
it's,
and I don't know if we're gonna need the full 50, so we can work on that too.
it's to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate, transfer from available funds or borrow a sum of $50,000 for office improvement and related expenses for the Shepherd Building, including but not limited to flooring, upgrading offices, furniture, painting, replace window shades, filing cabinets, or any other relative thereto. So. And again, you know, the money that we've had so far, we've been putting to good use, we've done quite a bit with, so.
I wanna see, once we get some more of the bills that have come in from the first 50, I wanna see where we are with the fund
Yeah.
and kind of, then kind of like, project out, what would be like a phase 2 and, kind of budget, how much.
Because we got several more to go. We still have upstairs to do.
Yeah.
We've still got Board of Health, Planning Board, and Building Department. And then we're
assessors.
gonna move up, well, we've got the assessors. And then we're gonna move upstairs and start doing stuff. Your office is good,
Yeah.
you were just done. But then,
Assessors said that they're good, they
Yeah.
didn't need anything.
how's their floor in there though? They didn't have their floor done.
No, I asked them, they said it was fine.
Yeah, I
The
didn't
Board of
see.
Health requested a new desk, so we are getting a new desk.
That needs to be an L-shaped desk too.
Yeah, it's an L-shaped.
Do we know what's going on with the desk layout, for, Don's office?
Not yet, I'm still working to see from Pathfinder, so that may be, if Pathfinder tells me no, which, they told me most likely they can do it, but if they can't do it, that will be an expense that we'll have to have, somebody build it.
Yeah.
You wanna try with the, over here too? With Quabo?
I don't know, do they do that?
Yeah.
They do some, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they did the, everything that we gave the school, all the old things to, they
Mhm.
put a nice
The display cabinet.
furniture, a nice
Oh, okay.
display cabinet. And the way I decided her desk, and the way I did it is very simple. So they don't really need, really fancy stuff. It's very simple.
The counter, yeah.
Yeah,
I gave them the same blueprint that you.
and that's fine. That will get the concept, but
Yeah.
as soon as we know who's gonna do it,
Yeah.
I will support them with the details on how to get it done
Okay.
easy. Because all the measurements, it's with, very standard wood dimensions.
Okay. Very good.
I know Don's been looking for that because the painter's coming in this week to paint
Next
their
week.
office? Next
Next
week?
week.
Okay. So the painter's gonna come in and paint their office, and their desks, or her desk, is being delivered the end of the month, or next week?
Yeah, it's on order.
27th, so they say.
Yeah. You know, the accountant's desk has been delayed, so I don't know, you know, it's been ordered. It was supposed to be delivered on the snowstorm, but, you know, now it's delayed, so we're waiting on that. We have
We're waiting for the clerk's desks.
the clerk's desk that is on order. The Board of Health's desk is on order. The planning and building department's getting painted.
Yeah,
Uh,
she has her
She has
new desk.
I
She's
had
also-
asked BJ if she needed anything. She hasn't gotten back in touch with me. There may be some upgrades to conservation's workstation. I'm not sure. I gotta check with Corinne.
Okay.
The painting of the treasurer's office will be happening, and the painting of the accountant's office will be happening.
All right.
And the accountant's got a new desk. The assessors didn't want to buy a new desk. They wanted to take an old desk
Yeah.
that was still in good condition from the clerk's office, so.
What? See, the problem with that desk is the drawer, the one that pulled, well, they're taking
They're taking Lori's desk.
Lori's desk,
Lori's desk.
because the other desk has those really sharp edges.
Yeah, that's Leslie's desk.
Leslie's
Yes,
desk.
yeah,
That's
that's,
gone.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, I wouldn't repurpose that, because I don't want anybody getting hurt with that desk,
Yeah.
so. All right. Very good. Do you have any questions on the budgets?
No, not really, just look.
And historical wanted rug, so Jim went to Lowe's, and the guy's gonna be coming and measuring.
And he did, he
Today.
measured it today.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get the same rug that we got in your office in there, because we're a municipality, we
Yep.
fall into a particular bracket. So,
It's commercial grade rug. Yeah. Right.
So I'm guessing it's gonna be relatively around the same price, maybe a little lower because it's a smaller office, but.
Something we're gonna have to do here in the future, is establish a capital planning for
Yeah.
the windows in this building, because the windows are bad. You know, a lot of them, the gases are gone. I was looking in the tax collector's office, and the gas is completely gone, and I mean, it's filling up with dirt on the inside, because stuff is able to breach the seal, so we're gonna have to really do something about that, and that's the only way we're gonna stop the water leaking
Some
into
of
the building.
corrosion, yeah.
And the problem with that is we're gonna have to account for abating the asbestos caulking that's on the outside of the building, because that's all asbestos caulking that's around the windows, so. All right, so, till next week.
Okay.
Alright. So there's no motion on that one,
mm-mm.
so we'll pick it up next week. I know Chief Millette loves this part of the evening. Your report, sir.
Your report?
Yes. I knew that. All right. Monthly report for February. In February, we logged 1,377 calls for service, investigated 9 felonies, completed 61 incident reports, 6 on-view arrests, 1 warrant arrest, 18 summons, and for a total of 25. There was 1 protective custody, 1 arrest involving a juvenile, 142 motor vehicle stops with 80 citations. Let's see. At the beginning of February, we had full-time officer Garrett Fortin for Belchertown. Officer Stevens was here tonight to fill that void. And also, Officer Dave Mellon ended up retiring. He was a part-time officer with us since 1999.
Congratulations to Officer Mellon, he served the town for a long time.
He decided that he didn't wanna go through the new academy standards, so he decided that it was time for him to retire. He served the town for a long time, like I said, he's been part-time since 1999. He was always there to fill shifts and when we needed him. And like you said, I'd like to thank Dave for his service to the town and the department. On the 7th, I had my monthly Homeland Security meeting. At this meeting, I met with John Warren, who works for Homeland Security with the Protective Security Advisor. And actually, I set up, he came out to the school to do a conduct a security assessment.
Hmm.
So, it
He
didn't cost
did
us
that
anything.
already?
It didn't cost us anything.
He did it already?
Yeah, he came out, so he's gonna conduct a report, and he's gonna come out again, go over it with us.
Very good.
But those are expensive reports that you usually have to pay companies to do, and I was able to find this gentleman from Homeland that would do it for us for free.
Very good.
And then he's gonna come out, like I said, and go over it with us, and then he's also gonna show us how to do the other schools, how Homeland does it.
We could probably use that report
For grants.
for grants,
Exactly, yep.
so. very
Yeah, that's
good.
exactly why we do it, and then later on, we were actually, the reason why I got with John is because we were applying for a grant for school safety. It was for $50,000 for each school, and that was part of the
For a
assessment
police
that we
officer in
were
the
doing.
school?
No, that was for safety for the school. So what we were looking at was possibly some, not to go into depth what we wanted, but
No.
yeah.
Without giving out trade
Yeah,
craft.
exactly. We wanted something for security on the front doors, basically. We'll
Okay.
leave it at that.
All right.
And then on the 15th, I attended a Central Mass Police Chiefs meeting where presentations were given by Mass 911 and the Worcester DA's juvenile team. And then also this month, we received the $1,300 from the Medi grant. That's the grant that helps us with the disposal of prescription drugs.
All right.
So we received that check from that. From
Very good.
Awesome.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job getting the grant.
It's a little one, but it's something, right?
Every bit helps.
Exactly.
Every bit. 1,000 by 1,000, we'll get there. Yes, sir.
I just want to mention the little I know about Dave Malin, that's right.
Yeah.
He's such a wonderful person.
Yeah.
He was very educated, very nice. Like I said, the little I knew him, he everything, surprised, people with, different, he was very kind, so kudos for him.
Right. I wanted to bring him to a meeting, but he's on his month. He always goes away and travels around the country. So.
Yeah, I've been seeing the pictures of him
Yeah.
on Facebook.
We've been following him.
I'm like, all these places he's going to see, and I'm like,
Yeah, they had to
He goes
rent a
for weeks
car
and
because
every
the
year.
transmission was bad.
Yep.
yeah.
Awesome. Very good man.
Yep.
So great job, Dave. Well earned. You definitely deserve, retiring now. You helped the community so much for so long, and we really appreciate it. So if you're hearing or listening, or anybody gets out there to him, let him know that we appreciate everything he's done for us in the town. Thank you. And send more pictures.
Thank you.
I can live vicariously through him.
He does travel and he goes to a lot of places.
Yeah. So, but yeah, definitely, for a small town, 142 traffic stops with 80 citations. It's pretty good.
Yep.
Don't speed through our town. How's the, South Street?
The sign?
Yeah,
So it's facing in the other direction now.
yeah, I seen that. Now going towards West Warren from the school,
Right.
it gets you. But, you guys are still doing traffic enforcement over there?
Yeah, you should see them there. When they can, they go out there. And someone stopped one of the guys was doing right out there the other day. They had the idea to we should put just an empty cruiser out there, which would be nice, but we don't have enough to to put an empty one out there.
Yeah. Get one of those big blow-up decoy ones.
Just this one side.
Right. Good job, chief, thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are doing awesome, by the way, in the town. Thank you. Okay, so warrants and bills. Okay, so for warrants, I'll make a motion for number 84 payroll, $52,933.15. Number 85 vendor, $33,132.55.
Second.
All in favor?
Derek Bellis, aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes unanimously for warrants. Bills. To make a motion to pay the following bills. Northeast IT, $195. Americano, $2,050. Easy True Value, $19.60. National Grid, $3,365.38. Verizon, $13.81. Crystal Rock, $10.58. Stericycle, $112.46. WB Mason, $131.54. Comcast Business, $143.35. Paul Shepherdson Electric, $425. Calco, $818.43.
Second.
All in favor?
Derek Bellis, aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes unanimously. So minutes, we have none to approve this week. And Mr. Farrar, Town Administrator Report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. I have a brief report to give you this evening. As reported last week, and you guys had voted on giving me the authority to execute the contract with Northeast IT for updating our existing contract to make an amendment to add the fire department, the senior center, just for some current users, and to include into the EDR. So with that, the agreement was signed, and it goes into effect on July 1 of '23. So that recalculation with the updated software and the now having the fire department and the senior center under our server is bringing the monthly agreement to $3,354, which is right in line with our budgetary number for Northeast IT.
Okay.
So for also there's been some upgrades to some of the computers, as we talked about when Northeast was out here. They did notice that the fire chief's computer, the cemetery commissioner's computer, and the Parks and Recs were all operating on a Windows 7 and would not be supported under our server, and doesn't support the guidelines that they currently have. So we were able to get some newer, upgraded, refurbished units, and so those 3 units will be installed within the coming up weeks. Those are at $599 a piece, and those are going into those offices.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you get your computer for the vehicle yet?
No,
You were
that's
putting
gonna-
a second computer in?
I requested that, I sent Jim a letter to the board asking to be put on for an agenda item at an upcoming meeting. So, for discussion,
next
for the-
week.
those
Okay.
two computers, one for the programming of the new radio equipment and one for the ambulance. So I did submit that to him.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And then we also have obviously, that was talked about and was approved at the special, is the upgraded firewall. So that will be for 3-year service contract, and that was for $1,315, and that was already budgeted for at the special.
Okay.
Also, with the budget season, we have 3 contracts that need to be renegotiated. One will be for the town accountant, one will be for the chief of police, and the other will be for the lieutenant. I would suggest that maybe we could maybe have a sit-down, in the coming weeks, and look to plan out some dates and times for those.
So tent's already up?
Yes.
Came in the middle of the first year.
Oh, that went quick.
Time flies.
Okay, all right. Yeah, let's get them scheduled. You know, we need to know what the budget's gonna be
Right.
for them.
I mean,
Serious-
I don't imagine them being long negotiations.
No, hey,
Um,
pay cut, given.
So, I mean, I do have their contracts. We can certainly, bring it to the board in an executive session. I don't even know if we need to have counsel there. I mean, I don't see there being much changes here.
No, unless they wanna change something within the contract.
Yeah, I mean, I can maybe sit down and get their preliminary expectations to try to see if there's something drastic there, but I don't anticipate it, and then, make a determination if we would need counsel there.
Okay. Yeah, definitely see, just see where we're at with that. If there's anything that, we need to add to that in the contract somehow. Chief wants a party bus or something like that in there. Whatever's gonna be added in there, I don't know with this guy around. But just let us know.
Okay,
If,
and then we'll
if
schedule.
it's simple, we could just schedule the executive session. and-
Right, either during or before or something, our meeting or something.
All right.
Okay.
I know he doesn't want a pay raise or anything, so. All right. Anything else, sir?
No, that's, and we're just continuing working on the budget. Last night, there was a presentation at Pathfinder, that I went to. They presented their budget. It looks like it's just a simple, $11,000 above last year's number, which is outstanding.
Yeah.
And they made a very nice, thorough presentation for their budget and how they plan on, tackling some tough issues with, budgets getting tighter and tighter. They looked at health insurance. They reconfigured their health insurance plan to save some money. They consolidated some positions over there that made sense instead of, just adding an additional assistant principal. They consolidated some positions and made that into more of a lead guidance counselor person. So that was what their need was, and it was based on demand and numbers. It was a really well thought out presentation, I thought, and I thought it was a very modest request.
Yeah, they got a pretty good operation over there. Pretty squared away on what they do. So, they're always, the past few years, they've always been the easiest to deal with. They lay it right out how they want it, and they're not asking for anything crazy.
Prior to that meeting, we did have a library meeting, the Warren Library. We were able to sit down with the board of directors at the library, listen to some of their concerns, whether it be building concerns, capital concerns, budgetary concerns, and to try to get to know them a little bit more and understand all of the challenges that they face running their organization. And I thought it was a well put together meeting. We're going to do some follow-ups. I know that we were going to have BJ come over there to look at some areas of concern that they had addressed with some trees and fencing and some building needs. And we're going to be doing that. When we're circling back around, we'll offer any guidance and support that we can for them in terms of any types of grants that may come down the pipeline, and help to encourage them to continue to grow.
So I did talk with them a little bit, you know, you had to rush out, you had to run over to Pathfinder. I did get a chance to talk with them a little bit and do the tour also. And one of their needs is some newer computers over there. And I told them we might be able to help them out with some newer computers. We could probably use some ARPA funds. I know we talked last year about it and helping them out with new computers because both libraries asked if there's any way they can get help with that. Because right now their computers are 5, 6 years old.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, they're dinosaurs. So, you know, we could probably help them out with a couple computers to help the public. And then the other thing they were talking about is if there's a chance we can have the electrician look, maybe add a couple outlets, if we can do that for them. Because right now, in the kids' room, they have extension cords running across the floor and a little sign over it. And if they could add an outlet, you know, in a couple of spots, see if we can do something like that for them. So if you can reach out to them,
Sure,
see what they need for computers.
sure.
And we can get an estimate on computers for them and upgrade their computers. And, you know, see if we can help them out with, you know, putting some outlets in for them too.
Mhm.
And that will help them out a little bit. You good with that?
Yes, sir.
If you can reach out to them
Sure,
for that?
yeah.
Thank you.
Also, this week, we had I worked with the chief and tried to get some tradesmen into the police station to try to look at some of just the modest upgrades and some changes to over there to address some of the issues over there. And we're gonna be working on getting some quotes put together for you.
Okay, very good. Yeah, there was a few issues that we can address. We do need to work on those documents downstairs. I was talking with Mr. Dusty, and we definitely need to have those tested for any trace evidence of asbestos being on those documents, because they are within the area. And I don't want anybody disrupting that area. We were looking at some old reports in the office, and that's considered like the archive room down there. And there were air quality tests that were done, and there was evidence of mold in that area. So we just wanna make sure that we test in that area, and I told them, let's get an air quality test down there and, you know, test for asbestos and mold before anybody touches those documents or moves them. Because I don't want anybody picking it up, putting it in boxes, and then transferring it to somewhere else, and we're bringing that stuff elsewhere. We might have to see if we can get them cleaned somehow within that area, or things that are contaminated, say with mold, moisture. We'll have to see if the state can come in and authorize us to destroy them. Some of the stuff that's in there, we might be able to do, but again, we gotta be real careful with that stuff. I don't want anybody getting sick from anything that might be there. So, okay. Good with that?
Yes, sir.
Good with that?
Yes, sir.
Chief? And as a recommendation, from this point on, I recommend nobody goes downstairs unless they absolutely have to, okay? And we'll talk more about that once we get some results, okay? Good with that?
Okay.
That's in the basement, okay, not the first floor. All right. Anything else, sir, for your report?
No.
Okay, thank you. New business, do you have any new business?
No, sir.
No? Any new business? No? Okay. Old business, do you have any old business?
No, sir.
Old business? No? Correspondence. We do have some correspondence. On April 1st, 2023, from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, there will be a rabies vaccine clinic, and it will be put on by Second Chance Animal Services. And that's gonna be at the Highway Barn, and that's at 87 Brimfield Road in Warren, Mass. The rabies vaccine will be $18 per dog. Distemper and parvo vaccine will be $18. And if you wanna get your animal microchipped, it will be $22 for that day event only. Myself and I know the ACO, the Animal Control Officer, highly recommend you getting your dog or cat microchipped, because if your dog gets lost and the collar slips off, she has a device that you can scan the dog and find out who the owner is. So it's a quick way of being able to identify your dog, so it's highly recommended getting a microchip, even if your dog never goes anywhere, just for chance, just to be able to track that animal easy.
David, what time is that clinic?
That is from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, and that is the Highway Barn, and I got this if you want this.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's up on the website
And
also.
it is on the website, and see if I can give you that. Why does it look backwards?
Because it's like a mirror.
It is.
But they do, they
Yeah.
don't see it that.
So, all right.
Also, I think the town clerk, I might be wrong, will be over there to do licensing for a little bit.
Yeah, I thought she would be doing licenses too, because I know they were working together. So you can get your rabies vaccination, distemper and parvo, and a microchip, and get your dog registered all in one day. Minimum age requirements for vaccine clinic for rabies, the animal has to be at least 12 weeks old. Distemper, 6 weeks old, and for a microchip, at least 8 weeks old. So, good clinic. And then they also have the Easter egg hunt going on the same day, Saturday, April 1st, 2023, and that is gonna be at the Lucy Stone Park. So,
That's also on,
that's also on the website too. So, and I don't know if Travis, does he have this?
yes.
Okay, because it'd be good to make sure we put it on WC12 with those. All right. Do we have any other correspondence?
Also, the Mouse Hole Run, canoe and kayak, and they're gonna have an event from West Brookfield to Lucy Stone on Sunday. So they're gonna come in kayaks on the river from A to B,
Okay, very good.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock, yeah.
Chief, are you involved with that at all?
Yeah, they did contact us. We're gonna have some staff on site to assist. Yep.
Water rescue stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna have our people with our cold water suits and some throw bags and stuff, just to be on site for them. We're gonna stage at a couple different areas for where the class 2 rapids are, just as a precaution.
Yeah, the water's gonna be a little rough
Mhm.
with all the ice melt and everything going on.
They did reach out several weeks ago, so I did speak with the organizer, so we should be good.
Okay. Very good, thank you, sir. All right, any other correspondence? No? Okay. Comments and concerns? Anybody in the public have comments and concerns? Yes, Mr. Conrad?
Joe Conrad, resident. You mentioned that you might be looking for somebody from the schools to build some cabinets. Well, back when my son was at Quabog, their shop program made the clay tiles for the roof on the library. So they do have a good shop program.
Yeah.
And it might be that, granted, it's their labor, but, you know, if we can get the supplies that they need to do it.
Yeah, it's usually how they budget it and purchase the materials. They go out and do it, we pay them for the materials, and they do the work.
Quabog does have a good shop program. Plus, it gives them something to say, well, I made that.
it's pride in your community. So, thank you, sir. Anything else? Yes, sir.
Tim Barshin, from the Warren Housing.
Yeah.
So I have a question. I was trying to look it up, but I couldn't find an answer. The board up there, I think you said part of it, or most of it was appointed by the governor, I think you said?
No, it's one seat.
There's one seat.
Okay, and then you guys appointed one person, I think, right?
We do one, yeah.
My question is, do you have contact with that person, or can you have a discussion with that one person that was appointed by the board? And there's a reason I wanted to ask about, because of that.
Yeah, we could always have discussions with anybody from any boards.
Okay, that's good, because a couple of meetings that we tried to go to, it's like the old, it's like being in this room again with the previous select board that we used to have. It just gets shut down, there's no discussion. One of the things I was trying to bring up, because they're looking for a place, someone to run the place up there. And I suggested how you gentlemen put together a committee, and it worked out really well. We have that gentleman over there, I think, because of it. And the second I said the selectmen, they shut me down. I couldn't even talk after that point. So we're in dire need of a person to run that place up there. There's a lot of issues going on. I think she mentioned to you some serious things. But the way the meetings are being conducted, it's like I said, it's like going back in time into this room, you know, nothing gets accomplished. So I'm just wondering if they're there for the residents, then I think maybe they should pay a little more attention, you know, to the residents.
So our recommendation's always gonna be to listen to the residents and listen to the people in your community, because, you know, we're a community, we're all here to do
Right.
good for each other and help each other.
Right.
And by shutting people down, it's not
It
effective.
doesn't accomplish anything,
No,
right?
it's not what we believe in as a board.
No, I know that, and you can see the difference, so that's why I was bringing that up, you know?
Unfortunately, they're governed by their own committee,
Right.
and we have very, very little authority over them. You know, we have our one person that we appoint to the board.
Right.
And, you know, we hope, we wish that they would take every resident's, you know, discussion on, and try to understand more than one point of view.
Right.
But unfortunately, we really can't do anything over there. They're a separate entity.
No, I understand, you made that
And
clear,
they're governed by, you know, the state and the federal government. They fall under HUD.
Yeah.
So they're a HUD development, and that's completely different from what we do in town. We can talk to the person that we've appointed to.
Right.
Appointed.
Because I believe
and-
she's the chair up there at this point, yeah.
And make recommendations.
Okay, that'd be good.
But again, you know, we can't promise anything other than we can talk to them.
Well, I
If
think,
you do have complaints, you can always complain to HUD or the Attorney General's office, or any of the agencies that govern over the housing developments.
right, yeah, you stated that. I think if you could focus on that one person, I don't know, I tried to look up, you know, for that, I couldn't find anything. But if you have influence, I think that would be a big help. And I think the other thing you need to take into consideration, that complex up there dumps a lot of money into this economy. I mean, all the local stores here, businesses, the hospitals, pharmacy, you're talking, you know, a good chunk of change. And right now, the way things are up there, it's not, you know, a good thing. There's 5 or 6 empty units. Anywhere else in the state of Mass, there's a waiting list for 1, 2, 3 years. Up there, there's always empty apartments. So that should send a signal to somebody, you know. But anyway, it's a long discussion. I think if you could talk to the one person you appointed, who now is the chair, on a simple matter that I tried to tell him about, a committee that you gentlemen put together, which was a great idea, save money. They've already hired somebody, quit in less than a week. So all that money went out the door. You know, we could have used that money. We need hot water heaters up there. I mean, the list, it's not something I know you want to hear and deal with. But again, that place does contribute a lot of money to the local economy. I think if you keep that in mind, I think it would help you a little bit.
Okay. See if we can reach out. We'll schedule a meeting and we'll sit down, see if we can have a conversation. Mr. Farrar is gonna try to schedule a meeting.
Okay, great, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, just for the record, and speaking on behalf of the board, we will never shut down anybody who comes to our meetings to come and talk to us.
No, I understand that.
And
That's why I'm here.
And second, our job is to facilitate, to guide, and, you know, advise everything that we can. And if you even wanna go further than that, any day, come and visit our town administrator, his door is open,
Right, he's new, I understand, yes.
and you can go and talk to him for everything.
Honestly, as I've said a couple times, you gentlemen, I've watched these meetings for 10 years, and I mean, this is night and day, you know, so. I think with him, definitely, it may be even a bigger advantage. But if people don't work together, you know, and you guys show that, you know, nothing is gonna get done, you know. I mean, all around town, you've seen the evidence of doing nothing. You've said it yourself, you know.
And we've been changing a lot of that, we've been changing a lot of that culture and atmosphere and
Yes,
doing the
you
best
have.
we can.
Right.
You know, we have amazing people, you know, working in our town, you know, Chief Millette, Chief Lavoy, couldn't ask for better guys to run our departments, you know.
Big difference, yes.
Jeremy Olson, our highway department, amazing operation, doing amazing. Mr. Ferrara, we're blessed with him. He's an amazing man. I'm gonna swell his head a little bit, but he's brilliant. He really is. Attention to detail, and he's great with people. And his door is always open to residents. And I think we've really opened up this community to make it a lot more welcoming for everybody else. And again, you've seen changes within the meetings.
Huge. Yeah,
And
huge.
because of the way meetings ran in the past, is the reason why I ran as selectman, because
Right.
people should not be talked to in the manner that they were being talked to. And now, we're changing things, we're fixing things, we're upgrading infrastructure, we're upgrading technology. Mr. Valise and Mr. Ihawker, they're amazing wizards with technology, and we've gotten so much more into the future. And it's definitely helped to reach out to a lot more residents within our community. And I think everybody working together, we got a really good team, moving forward.
Well, I think also the effort that you all put in makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I mean.
Put in a lot of hours.
Yeah, that's.
People see us in the meeting and they don't see all the stuff. How many
Right.
times we're meeting Mr. Farrar? I'm always in your office somewhere. And,
Major, major difference. And I think most people that know about it, I'm sure they appreciate it, so.
well, thank you, and get the word out. Let people know that they're welcome here. All right?
Trying.
Anything else, sir?
That's it.
Okay. Anybody else have any comments? Gentlemen? No? Anybody on Zoom have any comments, concerns? No? All right.
Sir?
So, no comments and concerns, we're moving on.
Sir, I have a comment.
Oh, yes, sir.
A couple days ago, Selectman Rich Eckert shared an email with information from MMA, Massachusetts Municipalities Association, something like that, with a very good webinar about social media. And I watched it. It's hour and 15 minutes, but it really opens your eyes and it guides, gives a lot of information and everything. I want to say kudos to all four of us, because in a lot of things we are way ahead of them. We do a good job on social media according to this webinar. What I really would like to see improve a little bit is in our policies, and we may talk about that later. But I think we are in really good shape, across Massachusetts, and how we are handling the information in social media and other ways to communicate with the town.
Very good, thank you. And that, we got a training on Saturday too, at Holy Cross. Town administrator, Rich, Mr. Ihawker, and myself will be there.
I'm not going, that's a planning board one.
Oh, you're not going to that one?
No.
I thought you were going to that
No,
one.
I'm not going to that one.
No, that's
Okay.
planning board.
Hey,
Sorry.
well, you could have, yeah. But Mr. Ihawker and myself will be there for some training,
That's a very good-
municipal law
very good
updates
training.
and stuff.
I gave up the food.
Yeah, you've been talking about that buffet for a while.
Oh,
and
it's
I
so
wanna-
good.
I'm gonna experience. I'm expecting like king crab legs and prime rib now.
It's better than that.
Oh, how can you get better than that?
It is very good breakfast and
Can I,
lunch.
can I take Karen with me?
Sure.
You can't take me, I have a meeting I'm conducting
Oh,
Saturday.
all right. So, all right. So our next meeting is March 23rd, 2023 at 6 p.m. We also have an executive session that day, right?
Correct.
And that is 5 p.m. So we have an executive session at 5 p.m. And we have our regular meeting at 6 p.m. that day. And then, that's it. Motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Derek Bellis, aye.
David Dufresne, aye. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.